Hello everyone and welcome back to my Senate election prediction videos where I give you my thoughts and predictions on the Senate elections going on across America this year in 2022. And today we're looking at a very special election for me somewhat, my home state of Alabama. The current senator is Richard Shelby, and he's a Republican in his 6th term. And Senator Shelby has decided to, instead of seek a 7th term, that he will retire. Senator Shelby is the longest serving senator in history from the state of Alabama. In 2016, Senator Shelby's margin of victory was 30%. Very well respected in the state. Senator Shelby was first elected as a Democrat, but one day after the 1994 midterm elections, he crossed the aisle and became a Republican and has been a Republican ever since and never looked back. He has always easily won re-election and always been very popular in the state. In fact, in 2010, he admitted he did not even know the name of his opponent and would not know them if they walked to him on the street. You can say you can have a lot of feelings about that, but that shows a lot of confidence in your ability to win. In 2016, Donald Trump won Alabama with over 27% margin of victory. His margin of victory in 2020 was down just a tad, 25% was the margin of victory, but his actual percentage of the vote in the state increased, and that was due to a drop-off in people that voted for independents and third parties. The two nominees, the Democratic nominee is Dr. Will Boyd. Dr. Boyd is a pastor and was the 2018 Democrat nominee for lieutenant governor, and he won his primary very easily over two other candidates, winning about 63% of the vote. The Republican nominee is Britt. Miss Britt is the former chair of the Business Council of Alabama, and prior to that, she was the chief of staff for Senator Richard Shelby. She entered the race soon after Senator Shelby announced his retirement, and many people speculate that that was his intent when he retired. And he has been behind her heavily throughout the race. Originally, Donald Trump endorsed Congressman Mo Brooks in the race, and when Donald Trump discovered that Mo Brooks is not a great candidate statewide in the state of Alabama and has terrible fundraising, and also told Donald Trump some truths that he really should have told him in December of 2020, Donald Trump soured on Mo Brooks, and a few weeks before the primary, he pulled his endorsement. And this caused the race to kind of fracture a little bit. Mo Brooks had been taking a nosedive in the polling up to that point and was projected to finish in 3rd place. Well, primary day comes, and Britt and Mo Brooks finish 1 and 2. Britt almost won the initial primary without a runoff. She got 40% of the vote. In Alabama, to win without a runoff, it requires 50%. And in a multi-person race, that's quite an achievement. After that first round of primaries, before the runoff, Donald Trump came back and made another endorsement. And instead of going back to his original choice, Mo Brooks, he endorsed Britt. And when the runoff came, Britt won very overwhelmingly. The race has been very quiet, so to say. It's a very Republican state, and not a lot of campaigning hard on either side since the primary. And Katie Britt's focusing on traditional Republican issues, and I've not seen a lot of campaigning, sadly, from Dr. Boyd. But here's what the combined totals for the primary were. If you take the votes across the two Republican primaries, there were about 1 million votes cast for Republicans. Only about 168,000 votes were cast for Democrats, about an 86-13 split there. Obviously, it's not going to be that dramatic in the general election, but it is going to be a significant margin. I believe that Senator Britt will be elected to her first term in the United States Senate. I do not see any scenario in which Dr. Will Boyd gets elected to the United States Senate. Alabama is a very red state, and it's going to remain so for quite some time. So that's my projection, and it will be a Republican hold for the Republicans in the state of Alabama.